market setup. By the way, the news that was expected has come through. Ambuja Cements has now announced the acquisition of Sanghi Industries, and that has just hit the exchanges as we speak. Remember, Gautam Adani in the past has spoken about how the group is looking to become the largest and most efficient cement company by 2030, and they had spoken about inorganic growth as well. But this is something I think the street was awaiting.
Well, that's right, Sonia. Just to give our viewers a few points on this note, Sanghi Industries, the erstwhile promoter, couldn't run the business. The finance cost in the last year was much higher than any kind of profit that they made. That's the capacity that we have. 6.1 million tons and clinker, excess clinker is what they had. Remember, they were unable to run this business. Last year they reported an EBITDA loss. The finance cost was close to around 240 crores odd, and almost all the shares of the promoter entity was pledged. Now, keep in mind, it appears, going by the details that we have as of now, that only part of the promoters existing, close to around 55-56% odd. The total promoter holding is close to around 72% odd. So that was expected actually, because there were, there are two families part of the promoter group. So one of the families, it appears, is exiting the business. We're waiting for the valuations. 6.1 million tons is the total capacity. They haven't been able to run it at more than 55% capacity utilization levels. So in the last few years, not even 3 million tons of cement have been sold because they were crunched for money as well. So we're waiting Sonia for this number. As of now, we only have this. They will be providing an unsecured intercorporate deposit of around 300 crores. The deal valuation that's been doing the rounds is close to around 6,000 crores odd, which would be at the upper end. So we'll wait for the final number, but it will be a win-win situation actually, if it's in this vicinity. Because for Ambuja Cements, they're getting, a higher amount of capacity in Gujarat, and they're getting a good 6 million ton unit. For Sanghi Industries, anyway, the promoter entity couldn't run it. So the valuation is what we're waiting for. 6.1 million tons is the total capacity. Ramping up from here on is going to be important as well. And the all-important EV is what we're looking forward to.
I remember, if my memory serves me correctly, a couple of months ago when you were speaking about Ambuja Cements, you did mention how they're looking to sort of double their capacity as well. And they will have to sort of take the inorganic route. At that point in time, a lot of other companies were also on the radar. They were looking, at JK Cement, I think, as well, right?
Rumors were that they were looking at Nuvoco, they were looking at other assets as well. But Sanghi, given the kind of location, it was always going to be a good fit for them. And talking about their expansion plans, the capacity is close to around 68 million tons now. That's ACC and Ambuja put it together. And they have been talking about moving to around 140 million tons, or we should get some of those graphics up. And they've already, drawn up a plan to add capacity of around 22 to 24 million tons. Okay. So that balance, 40-50 million tons, it appears, some part of that will be fulfilled by Sanghi Industries, because Sanghi Industries has excess clinker. With 6.6 million tons of clinker, you can, actually sell cement of close to around 10 million tons. But their capacity is only 6.1 million tons as of now. So if needed, if demand is good enough, there's a good capacity out there to go ahead and, in fact, increase capacity. And I personally visited the Sanghi Industries unit as well. It's got limestone, which is the key raw material when you need to expand capacity. Okay. So it'll be a strategic fit for Ambuja Cements as well. Okay,
we'll try and get some more reactions to this. If Dipan is still with us, then perhaps we can go to him. But just, another angle to this is this whole debt situation, right? Because Sanghi Industries has about, I think, 1,300 crores of debt on their books.
It'll be, Sonia, close to around 15 to 1,600 crores. So it'll be part of the EV. So the EV is 5,000 crores odd. Sanghi Industries, as of now, the market cap is 2,600 crores. Okay. So I'll be looking at, out of this entire EV that they will come out with, how much of it is debt that's being absorbed? Because then from a Sanghi Industries shareholder's perspective, they have seen the share at around 30 rupees a couple of years back. That share is at around 100 rupees. So how much more is there on the table for Sanghi Industries? But the EV is still not known, Sonia. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait. Besides that, anything you want to ask me on both these two companies?
Let's find out what shareholders should do. So I think Dipan Mehta is still with us. Dipan, on this particular deal, of course...
We've got it, Sonia. We've got it. The enterprise value is close to around 5,000 crores. So I think we should get that, for our viewers up on the screen. The EVs come at around 5,000 crores. Some reports were indicating close to around 6,000 crores. So as of now, it appears that it's a good deal for Ambuja Cements, very, very good deal. Because at around, if I just plug in that number, at 5,000 crores, the enterprise value that we get, it comes to around $100 per ton. So that's a good deal. Ambuja Cements is trading at around $180 per ton. This deal is being done at around 5,000 crores. It's a good deal for them. And also they've mentioned that the capacity of Ambuja Cements moves to around 73.6 million tons odd. and the goal of around 140 million tons will be achieved. So that's the big breaking news coming in there. Ambuja Cements will be acquiring Sanghi Industries for an enterprise value of around 5,000 crores. It's a win situation for Ambuja Cements. We'll have to see the contours of the deal, how much of this EV is debt, to find out what does it mean for Sanghi Industries. But on expected lines, this deal has finally come through.
Okay, and positive for Ambuja Cement. Just some more details from the release, right? This acquisition will be fully funded through internal accruals, so there will be no raising of debt. Ambuja Cements will fund the acquisition completely through internal accruals. And they also talk about how they want to make the company a lowest cost producer of clinker in the country. So Sanghi Industries will now be made the lowest cost producer of clinker in the country. And with this acquisition, as we said, the capacity will increase to 73.6 MTPA. Gautam Adani, also a comment coming in from him. Just read that. Ambuja is poised to expand its market presence, strengthen its product portfolio, and reinforce its position as a leader in the construction materials.
Just one more point, Sonia. As I mentioned, they have limestone, so they've given this release as well. The capacity that they're looking, cement capacity as of now is 6.1 million tons at Sanghi Industries. They are looking at more than doubling this to 15 million tons. That's part of the release as well, so you should get that up for you on the screen. They've got the key raw material, which is limestone, and they've got quite a lot of clinker as well, 6.6 million tons. That could feed close to around 10 million tons odd. So clearly they're taking this asset and they're looking at ramping it up as well. Dipan Mehta is with us, I think. Dipan, we were coming across to you, but I was interrupting because you're getting more details. What does this mean for the cement industry? You've not been enthused, Dipan, with the cement space on the whole. But this deal, prima facie, it looks like a very, very good deal for Ambuja Cements.
First of all, Nigel, you've covered it really well, and there's hardly anything for me to add except that I keep on seeing this expansion. I think every cement company in India is looking to expand capacity by 50 to 100% over the next 3 years. And I'm scratching my head and saying, where's the demand going to come from? I think end of the day, cement volumes are kind of in tandem with the GDP growth rates. We have 1.5 times GDP growth rates or so. So it's not unthinkable that 3 years down the line, there's a glut situation. And the kind of pricing discipline which has been there for past several years, I think that's certainly going to get vitiated with these kind of expansion plans and aggressive management talks. So, while you may have a bump up in Gujarat Ambuja because the deal really is done at a very decent valuation, but I'm not going to get attracted to buying any cement stock at this point of time. And every rally in every cement stock is a kind of exit opportunity from our perspective.
All right. I'm getting some news from the wires as well. On Bloomberg, they have given that the open offer price for Sanghi Industries as well is 114 rupees per share. So that as well, will be good news for Sanghi Industries as well. The stock was at around 100 rupees yesterday. It was at upper circuit. But, it'll be good news because since they're acquiring more than 55% of the promoter entity shares, they had to launch a mandatory open offer. So I'm waiting for the release. But as of now, this is on the wires that there'll be an open offer and the open offer could be priced at around 114 rupees odd. So a win-win situation. Let's just sum this up. It's a good deal for Ambuja Cements because they're getting a big amount of capacity. 6 million tons, which they're going to take to around 15 million tons. For Sanghi Industries, the existing promoter exits and a more capable and a stronger promoter comes in there to take up capacity. And it's a good deal for shareholders as well because there'll be an open offer out there. For the industry, you want to see consolidation, which will be good news as well. So finally, this deal takes place at around 5,000 crores. Good deal for everyone.
Okay, and Dipan, just before we let you go, a quick comment on the stock as well. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll take a short commercial break and come back. We have the pre-opening race kicking in. We will also talk more about the markets. Mitesh and Sudarshan Sukhani will join in. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Well, that big deal has just been announced that Ambuja Cements will be acquiring Sanghi Industries for an enterprise value of around 5,000 crores odd, which is a good deal, win-win for both of them. We have Prakash Diwan who joins us on the show. Hi, Prakash. Good morning. Well, we were waiting for this deal. I think most of the managements in the last 6 months that have come on our channel, we've asked them, are you all interested? Some of them indicated yes. But Ambuja Cements is the one that goes ahead and grabs this price per possession. What's your take on it? They're going to up their capacity from 6 million tons. They're going to take this capacity to 15 million tons. Prakash.
Oh, absolutely, Nigel. So I think except for Ambuja, you've got all the managements on the show, and that's why we missed out. But I think it's a very fair acquisition. It kind of aligns with their about capacity expansion from the current levels to all the way to about 120, 125. Million tons. So this may not organically, inorganically add too much of capacity, but what it tells you and gives you as an advantage to Ambuja is the ability to also explore logistics which are fairly cost effective. One of the biggest reasons people are worried about cement as a sector is the overcapacity build-up that's happening in terms of everybody expanding. But remember, these capacities don't all come together. They are very calibrated, whether it's Ultratech, whether it's the Ambuja ACC twin. So I think it's a great deal. It's almost like 20% less than what the whisper number was going around. So from that perspective, it's quite beneficial to Ambuja, and they will be able to get a lot of efficiencies out of this whole thing, because Sanghi has been plagued with a lot of debt, and it's been running into operational losses more because of certain inefficiencies of scale. That will be remedied in this post this acquisition. So quite nice win-win, I'm sure.
Yeah, quite nice is an understatement, right? The Adani Group is going big into this space now. I mean, their total capacity will be, 101 million tons per annum by 2025 is what they say in the release, right? After everything that comes through, they have their ongoing capacity of 14 million tons per annum as well. They have a commissioning of 5.5 million tons per annum capacity at Dahej and Ametha by Q2 of this fiscal. So lots coming on stream. And now, of course, the Sanghi Industries acquisition. But Prakash, I wanted your thoughts on the stock, because, if you look at Ambuja Cements, right? I mean, in February, it was at 329. So in a sense, it's been, a 40% move since the month of Feb. Do you see lots more upside for, a retail investor here?
So it's like this, Sonia. As you rightly said, they are looking at becoming very significant in terms of the industry presence. Now, when they're building up to that, it's the phase of capital expansion, capacity expansion. Those are periods where you don't really see stocks do tremendously well. It is only once that impact has started to feel on the market, on the operating leverage, then you will probably see a re-rating of the stock. Right now, it would probably be range bound, but it's very, even the numbers which came through, there's nothing disappointing in spite of, all this slowdown and seasonal slowdown and structural changes that are happening in the business, in the group itself. So my sense is at 450, 460, it's probably not going to offer you a very quick reward. But at the same time, it's also priced in all the negatives that could have come. So, which means it'll probably consolidate at it. It's a good bet to play the cement sector, provided you are convinced that the next couple of years are going to be okay in spite of all these capacities coming up.
Right. Well, at 9:50, you'll hear from Karan Adani, and we'll kind of play out sound bites there. Prakash, always good speaking with you. Good perspective. Thanks very much.